Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Chelsea Godfather channel. It's your Chelsea Godfather reporting back to duty. Guys, we've been out of action for about a week, going on 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks. I believe our next game is midweek. I believe on Tuesday we have a game against Middlesbrough, right? We have our second leg, which we need to win so we could get to the finals of the Europa Cup, which just may be our best option of getting into Europe next season. So that's a must-win game, and that's something that we are looking forward to. But notwithstanding, what are the news that's been going on? Well, the news is, I don't know if that's even a word, but the news are as follows. Number one is Chelsea Nation getting a little bit up in arms on Chelsea recalling Cesare Casadei from his season-long loan from Leicester City. I believe he played 25 games there. 20 or 25 games. He has like 3 goals. I haven't really looked at his stats, but I was kind of monitoring Leicester City scores throughout this season so far. And when I monitor the scores, generally I'll look to see whether our boy is starting or not. And more often than not, Casadei was on the bench, and which makes sense because they got Ndidi. They have midfielders. So more often than not, Casadei normally was on the bench, and then they bring him on late in games. Then maybe when they'd have like a midweek game, in the championship, they always have a lot of midweek games because they play 42 games. I think they play a 42-game season. So when they bring him in, when they got the midweek, then he'll start the odd midweek game. So and this is before the Nations Cup, which doesn't really matter because, as it turns out, Wilfred Ndidi is injured and is basically out of the Nations Cup anyway. So, and then of course it then begs the question: then why is Chelsea recalling Casadei from a season-long loan? 3 goals from 20-plus odd games. I mean, it's not like he's breaking through walls here, but that's some level of progress. At least he's playing games. He's playing games, and that's what you want. But if you look a little bit, closely at the Casadei / Leicester City, situation as of right now, Leicester City is roughly around. They're almost 10 points clear of third place, and if you all understand how it works out, top 2 get the automatic promotion. So Leicester City doesn't really care about winning or coming in second as long as or coming in third. Like, they don't have to win the Champions League, the championship. I guess that's my point. So when you analyze the table, for them it's about their current point haul in comparison to whoever is in third place. And right now, I think Ipswich, the last time I checked, is in third place, and they're roughly around. There's a 10-point gap, I believe, either 7 or 10-point gap, or they have a game in hand that could then get them to that 10-point gap. So they have a nice little cushion, and you all already know that. Let's keep it real. Casadei is not for sale. Right, he's not for sale. Leicester City is pretty much on their way back to the Premier League, and so it wouldn't make sense for them to keep playing our boy, knowing that he's going to be going back to Chelsea, and then they're going to have a Casadei-sized hole in their squad next season. So obviously, this is January. They are planning ahead, and they have already made some moves. They put some moves in place to buy another midfielder, permanent, transfer that would play in midfield. And once that deal gets done during this January window, then that is going to make Casadei surplus to requirements. So it's not really that Chelsea wanted to pull him back from Leicester City, but it's really the situation changed, and that's how that's part of the reason why Casadei is being recalled from the loan from Leicester City. It's more or less Chelsea being proactive to protect the future of our player. Then the other consideration is the fact that not one but two of our midfielders who would have been playing, who would have been part of our midfield rotation in the name of Ugochukwu and Lavia. Obviously you already know Lavia hasn't even played. He hasn't even put on a Chelsea shirt. We don't even know if he's even going to play this season, which would be crazy. But he's still injured. We don't know when he's going to be coming back. Ugochukwu is still injured. We don't know when he's coming back. So that leaves us with Caicedo, Enzo, and Gallagher as our three main midfielders. And you already know that Pochettino he prefers to start three. So if you start in three and you only got three, that's not where you want to be, because you're just one injury away from being short. And then also, even if you start three, right, you're going at some point in time towards the end of the game, the last 20 minutes, need to refresh one of those three, right? So, and even if not at that, those three are not going to start every single game for the rest of the season. So for rotation purposes, there's definitely a need, and that's part of the reason why Casadei was brought back, right? So that's another reason. Then the third reason is, hey, as I mentioned earlier, it's not like he was pulling up trees at Leicester. He was pretty much coming off the bench, and right. The obvious question is, if you're going to come off the bench at Leicester City, you might as well come off Chelsea's bench at least. If not anything, you get to train week in, week out under Pochettino, and then come off our bench and get to understand the players, your teammates. It's a better value for Chelsea to have our own young player being trained the way that we want him to understand how to play, how to play the way that Pochettino wants to play. And so that's a third reason for or a third benefit in terms of recalling Casadei from the Leicester City loan. So guys, I hope all this makes sense. I know a lot of people are stuck in that criticize boldly, criticize Pochettino mode, but y'all gotta just kind of take 2 or 3 deep breaths and just analyze things a little bit. There's a little bit of method to the madness, and that is all I'm saying. I hope this makes sense for y'all. I hope you guys are having a lovely, wonderful Sunday. Take care. God bless y'all. Peace out.